Today's lesson is about the second conditional with could and might. Second conditional with could and might. So in the second conditional, we have an imaginary situation with a possible consequence. In the situation part, we use if plus past simple, and the consequence would or might or could plus infinitive. Examples. In the positive form, if I knew him, I would ask him, or I might, or I could ask him. In the negative form, if I didn't know him, I wouldn't, or might not, or couldn't ask him. We can switch the places of the consequence and the situation. So, if we start with the consequence, we use would, or might, or could plus infinitive, and the situation if plus past simple. Examples. In the positive form, I would ask him if I knew him, or I might or I could ask him if I knew him. In the negative form, I wouldn't or I might not or I couldn't ask him if I don't know him. We use the second conditional to talk about imaginary situations and the possible consequences. We use if plus past simple for the affirmative or negative to describe the imaginary situation. Example: I wouldn't say no if you wanted to borrow my blue shoes. We can use was or were in the if part of the sentence with I, he, she, and it. Example: if it wasn't or if it weren't so spicy, I'd be able to finish it. We can use unless to say except if. We usually use a positive verb after unless. Example: I wouldn't eat jellyfish unless you tried it first. We use would or would not when we are sure of the imaginary consequence. Example: Michael would get better grades if he didn't spend all his time playing computer games. We use might or might not to show we are less sure about the imaginary consequence. Example: if I had more free time, I might take up the guitar. We use could or could not to express a possible imaginary consequence. Example: if it was Saturday, we could go out for pizza. We can form questions about the imaginary results of imaginary situations with if plus past simple, question word plus would or could, would not or could not, plus subject plus the infinitive. We don't usually form questions with might. Example: if I broke your mobile, would you be angry with me? Another example: how long would they need to get here if we called them now? Thank you for your attention.